Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday Leeds Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and we've come back a little bit earlier than I intended to. We've come back for the games against Augsburg and Bayern Munich. Um, After the Wolfsburg defeat, we changed formation back to the 4-3-3. We managed a 2-1 win against Frankfurt. We actually played really well in the process. We then played at home against Dortmund, and again, we had a really good performance. And we were 0-0 with just 10 minutes to go, and then Carey got a straight red card, and unfortunately Dortmund just then steamrolled us, and we lost 2-0. And we then were at home against Mainz, who are also threatened with relegation. We lost 1-0, and we looked poor in that game. And we played our rivals Stuttgart. We actually went 1-0 up, but then they just again steamrolled us. So we've again changed formation. We've gone to a gegenpress, and we're just going to go all out. And because of that defeat against Stuttgart, the board weren't particularly happy with it being a derby, of course. And my position is under threat right now. And I don't want to be sacked again. I would rather resign and do it that way. But we're only 2 points behind Hoffenheim and Mainz. We're still in with an opportunity of staying up, but we need results and we need to start scoring some goals, to be honest. And that is a big concern. Beereth hasn't scored in, I think, 10 games. And Kelly, who's our backup striker, hasn't ever scored a goal for us in 20 matches now. It's a bit of a concern, but we're going into this game hoping we can just find a way. We've got Alavoin in goal, Hugo Kobold, Velukovic, and Jimenez at the back. Carey and Saric in the holding midfield with Maresh, Oyen, and Tachi in behind Beerith. We've gone for a 4-2-3-1 today. And again, like I say, I'm just hoping we can get a decent performance. We've had a number of injuries recently as well. Kid Gordon's still got a knock. Yayo and Goncalves are still out with full injuries. Vice is struggling for fitness. He's our sub-keeper, as you know. And Kwanzaa took an injury as well, but he isn't fully fit, but he does take his place on the bench. We have actually agreed a deal to sell Diakite as well, for £1.6 million. We signed him for free. It's all money in the bank. He wasn't playing regularly, so I thought it would be wise to cash in. And I just hope we can get a goal or two. In all honesty, we need to build that confidence. The game against Frankfurt, which we managed to win by 2-1, Vanitsek managed to get both the goals. Um, but we'll just have to see how we get on. Svanberg here with a free kick, and it's gone wide. Alavoin seemed quite confident, not as confident as from my point of view, I wasn't as confident as he was there. Velukovic knocking it long, looking for Oyen, and it's easily cleared away. And now Huskovic into Valentin. This is straight away on the attack from the previous one. Maresh doing well to control, looking to switch the ball for Ishman Tachi. And again, Oyen not getting into it, but he does win possession back. And now Maresh into Hugo. I've been quietly impressed with Maresh. I think I mentioned it in yesterday's episode. He does work hard. He's just not quite had things go his way. But he's got an opportunity here maybe to run down the line. Hugo looking over the top for Marash. Squares it for Luca Oyen and Mantle with a really good save. And again, we're just, because of the lack of confidence in the side, we're just struggling to convert these opportunities. That is a big, big chance. And Luca Oyen should be scoring. Saric looking for Hugo, and now Tachi with the shot over the crossbar. He played so well for his last season, Raymond Tachi, but he struggled to really get into the side. I know we've altered a number of formations so far this season, but he's just really struggled to fit in to the Bundesliga. And luckily, from our point of view, Stuttgart are beating Mainz. So we have got an opportunity here as things stand. Alavoin here to Hugo. Oh, what is that? Jan Kuto into Huskovic, and he's hit the woodwork. He should have scored it, really. That was such a poor pass from Hugo. I'm not sure what he was doing there, but it didn't work. And fortunately, it remains 0-0. And again, like I said, we are fighting tooth and nail for points, and Beerith has taken a knock now. I don't really want to bring Kelly on. Neither of them are scoring goals. And it's a real concern for us. The fact that we've got in my mind, we've got two good strikers, but they're just not finding the back of the net at all at the moment. And I'm not entirely sure which way we can go. I'm wondering if it's something that we'll have to invest in the transfer window. Here is Mares, and he loses out to Yels, and there's Huskovic, and the goal's been coming, to be honest. Another poor error from us defensively. And there's an offside potentially here. It's going to get given. Yep, the goal has been awarded, and we find ourselves behind. And we've not played badly, but again, we're just not getting going with it at all at the moment. We're going to get Van Itsek on for Luca Oyen, and we're going to take Berith off. He has got a knock, and we'll bring Asensio on. I mean, I do rate Asensio. I really hope he can develop for us this season, but again, he's just not quite finding the right position to play in at the moment. And regardless of where we play him, he's not creating enough. He's not trying to get into those goal scoring positions. So again, we might be striking out in terms of luck for all of our strikers at the moment. Here's Jels into Janelt. Oof, it's a brilliant effort. It's only just over the crossbar. And it's been a very even game. It has to be said, we are going toe-to-toe with Augsburg here, but again, the lack of confidence, the lack of goals in the side is certainly going against us. Here's Verheld into Piper. Now Jelsch. Can we win the ball back in a dangerous position? Mantle into Verheld. Now Svanberg. That's a good interception from Jimenez. Plays it into Van Itsek, and Van Itsek scores. That is a big, big goal from him. And he, with just his fourth of the season, becomes our top scorer over Micah Berith, who's, again, he's got a hat-trick, I think, in one of the games. He's not scored in any other game. So, a little bit dicey, but Van Itsek, we put him on in attacking midfield. He's gone and done the job for us. It's 1-1, and he's the one player at the moment that seems to be really taking everything by the scruff of the neck at the minute, and that is a big, big goal. It's a big risk going to the gegenpress, playing with a positive mentality as well. I just hope that it will allow us to push on a little bit and gain results. That is a very good point against Augsburg, to be quite honest. And overall, I'm very pleased with that result. Yes, it would have been nice to get the win, but we go into the relegation playoff place as it stands. There's a bit of a gap to the teams above us. Hoffenheim is certainly catchable, of course. But in a week's time, we go up against Bayern Munich, and that is going to be an extremely tough game. Like I say, it's coming up in a week's time. Hopefully, we get no fresh injury concerns, and we'll see how we get on. But until then, got a few bits to get through, and hopefully we can just keep finding that little bit of positivity. One thing I have found, whenever we change formation, we get a positive result. But other than that, it's not lasting. So I don't want to be changing formation every game, but we'll have to see how we get on. So bear with me, and we'll come back for the game against Bayern Munich. I'm not expecting much, but if we can just show a little bit of resilience, it'd be quite nice, to be honest. So bear with me, back momentarily. Okay, then everyone, here we go for the game against Bayern Munich. I'm expecting to swallow some very bitter pills here. I reckon we'll concede 4-5, maybe even more. In all honesty, we're going to stick with that gegenpress style that we played against Augsburg. We looked a lot more dangerous going forward, despite some defensive frailties. Ah, I mean, what can I do? We'll just have to see what happens. We've got Alavoin in goal, Mares, Kobalt, Valukovic, and Jimenez at the back. Kari and Saric as the midfield pairing. Arnold, Oyen, and Tachi in behind Berith. I mean, Berith is a good quality striker for the Bundesliga, but he's just not finding the back of the net. are now with a big opportunity today. We're rotating, I think, purely because not only are players struggling for form, but it's Bayern Munich. And no matter what team we put out, we could have a very, very poor um, lesson, shall we say? I think a lesson is going to be a good word for it today. If we can get anything out of this game, I would be amazed. I mean, I don't know a lot of that. Well, I do know quite a few of that team, to be fair. They've got the likes of Musiala, Akamash, Gakpo, Upamecano, Kim Min-jae, De Ligt, Mamadashvili. And then you look at the bench. I mean, Bella Kotchap, Gilmore, Ibrahimovic is there. Matisse Tel, Felix Mecca. We could very much be on the end of a very embarrassing defeat today. Let's just see what happens. Delaying it isn't going to help matters. Upamecano into Bernard. Now Upamecano into Hartman. Now Min-jae. Still going here, the centre-back. Akamash into Bernard. He's in behind. Marish couldn't get there. And Leonardo Giglio with the finish for Bayern Munich. It's taken them 1.5 minutes. Oh, this is going to be a horrible, horrible game for us, isn't it? A very slow start from us. It's not ideal. Akamachi here with the corner, swings it in, and Maresh apparently has handballed it. He's gone up for the header and it's hit his hand. And it's a penalty. 10 minutes gone. Alan Varela chips the penalty into the back of the net, right in the centre of the goal. 2-0. 4 or 5, I said, didn't I? It's going to be more. We have made a very poor start. Cody Gakpo with a free kick here. Upamecano was there. It's fallen here for Musiala. Into the penalty area. It's just wide. I mean, we're not anywhere near them, are we? Alavoin into Velukovic. Akamash intercepts, finds Musiala. Akamash, good interception from Cobalt. Oyen into Tachi. Couldn't beat Hartman, and now Min-jae back to Hartman again. They're just so good on the ball, aren't they, in comparison to us? De Ligt here to Musiala. Into Akamash. Musiala. Oh, come on, referee. Give us a chance at least. Saric has brought down Musiala. It's another penalty. Oh, my words. So we've conceded 2 penalties in the opening 15 minutes. And Varela this time just smashes it in. And yeah, it's going to be a lot more than 4 or 5, isn't it? Oh, dearie me. We're going to demand more. Saric here to Remontachi. Now Beerith. I mean, if we lose 7 or 8 goals today, but we score 1 and it's Micah Beerith, at least he'll have ended his goal drought, I suppose. But that's being quite optimistic. Here is Carey winning the ball from the midfield, plays it forward to Arno. Can he get the cross in? He finds Carey. Musiala couldn't get there, and Saric with the strike over the crossbar. It was a well-worked move, really, but yeah, the damage has already been done. They got the early goal through Giglio, and then to concede 2 penalties in any game is ridiculous. But to do it against Bayern Munich is not great. And as you can see, the match momentum there severely in Bayern's favour. We've had 28% possession, and we're on a possession-based tactic. So Rea plays it back to Mamadashvili. Now De Ligt into Hartman. Now Giglio, back to Upamecano. Now Musiala. Varela. Already scored twice from the penalty spot, of course. Gakpo back to Hartman. swings it in. Akamarch, good clearance from Maresh. But here's Bynert now. Arnaud does well to win possession, finds Maresh, knocks it forward. And again, there's lack of awareness there, and Giglio wins the header. I mean, that's just been lumped straight into the penalty area from that right-hand side, and we've not even tracked it. And Giglio easily winning the header, and it's 4-0. And we are severely being outplayed. It is certainly a reason that I didn't want to show this game initially, but with the way the games line up, we'll be getting through the transfer window and then coming back. Well, I say that we might have a decision to make, to be quite honest, because I don't want to leave Karlsruhe, but at the same time, I don't think I can take another relegation. Um, well, another sacking, should I say, rather than a relegation. So we'll have to see how things go. Maresh looking for Arnaud, and again, it's poor. And it's just the quality of the players that's the difference here. Musiala charging into the penalty area, switches the play, gap post completely free. Our defence is all over the place. We've got two defensive midfielders there in the side today, and they're not even getting close. We're going to make some changes. I mean, Michael Beer's not even seen anything, has he? We're going to get Kelly on for him. Asensio's on for Arnaud. Hugo's going to come on for Maresh, who's on a yellow card. Jimenez is going to come off for Kwanzaa, again on a yellow card. And Luca Oyen for Vanitsek. And we'll just offer some encouragement, I suppose. I mean, what can I do? I can't tell the players to demand more when we're getting absolutely outplayed. Well, I can, but it'd be a little bit of an anomaly, wouldn't it? And Carey with an opportunity, and he could have gone to the near post there. He's tried the spectacular into the top corner, and he's hit the woodwork. It's unlucky, but you know, things like that, we've got to be putting these chances away, and it's just not happening. Carey getting in on Legowski and finding Kelly. Plays it to the right hand side for Kwanzaa. I mean, he's hardly a win back, Kwanzaa, but he's done well here. And Vanitsek with the strike off the front of the defender, and Bayern managed to clear. We've shown a little bit of something in the second half, but again, a lack of a goal scorer. And I've had a brief look between the matches as well in the transfer market for a good quality striker. There's nothing. There is absolutely nothing that we can afford that could improve the team. So we've had a number of poor performances in that game. Kwanzaa actually with a 7.4 rating did well. Beer is 6.1, Maresh 6.1, Arnaud 6.2, Jimenez 6.3, Tachi, Saric as well. Severely outplayed. And my assistant manager wants me to say to the players, I'm proud of your efforts today. And it felt like we didn't put a lot of effort into it in that first half. Conceding two penalties is unacceptable. We've got a lot of time before a friendly against Hanover. I'll probably get another couple of friendlies in there, to be quite honest. We're sat 17th. I don't know if survival's a possibility for us at the moment. It's going to be extremely tough. And Micah Beerith, 12 matches without a goal for him. 21 now for Kelly. And 2 goals in 5 matches. No matter what we do tactically, it's not working and we're not scoring goals. We have a lot to think about going ahead. Again, I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen when it comes to January. I don't know what potential jobs might be out there or anything like that. We were linked with a Freiburg job at one point, which I just outright refused to comment on. But just a couple of wins this season against Frankfurt, Freiburg, and Braunschweig. And we're not looking particularly good. We've got Braunschweig and Hertha Berlin coming up. They were in a previous episode, I think, weren't they? But with the way the games run, I think it's going to be something like that again. I think, to be fair, we'll get through January and we'll come back probably for Mönchengladbach and Leverkusen, which will be at the end of February. So we'll get 6 games done and we'll also get the January transfer window done. Get some friendlies in. Hopefully build a bit of confidence into the side again. And unless anything changes, of course, and we end up with a different job in the next couple of weeks, we'll see what happens. So until then, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.